Hello there. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to once again another product conversation / product review video deep within the bowels of the Vapor's Den. My name is Aaron. I'll be your host for a little while we discuss what today's topic conversation is about, and we are discussing nothing other than the Pioneer for You iPV-4. As you can see, this is the older model. This is the basic, and it has been updated, but we'll discuss the update a little bit later. Just wanted to discuss this today. Very reliable product. Workhorse. Hasn't let me down, at least not up to this point. But just a wonderful box mod. Dual battery. 18650. 2 of them. Handles just about anything and everything that I can throw at it. Again, hasn't let me down, and I just love it. It vapes real nice. Powers just about every device, tank-wise, RTA-wise, sub-tank-wise, RDA-wise, everything. It just handles everything that I throw at it, and it's just a real nice, heavy in the hand, comfortable regulated box mod. I've had it for about 6-7 months now, and during that time period it of course has received the update to bring it up to being an iPV-4S, but other than just the software being S, the model, the housing, the manufacturing is just total basic IPv4. And we will discuss the differences in a little bit, but just real nice fit and finish, very nice stainless, very nice metal alloys, very nice comfortable rubberized plasticized protection sleeve that protects the dual 18650s that run in series inside this device. But other than that, I think I'm going to do a process that I like to call play-by-play. I'm going to show you a little bit about this, a little bit of a multimedia kind of a format, and then when we're on the other side of the play-by-play, I'll go into a little bit more detail, a little bit more juicy in regards to the information about this particular product. So I will see you on the flip side of the play-by-play. Here we go. There we go. We're on the flip side of the play-by-play. As you saw in those various slides that I provided information about what each slide was all about, basically pertaining to the device and the device only. Showed you support items such as it supports the RDA, the RTA, the Genesis tanks, the K funds, and even will support your real old school Pro Tank series devices, but of course you're going to need a 510 to Ego adapter if you want to do the Pro Tank 3 Mini, or you could just use, if it's a Pro Tank 2, 510 threads, but you gotta, wattage mode only, and you gotta go way down, and this thing starts out at 7 watts. Out of the box, 7 watts, fires up to 100. After the update, it starts at 7 watts, fires all the way to 120. And then after the update, really didn't affect the temperature. We're still topping out at 572. But as you can see, after the update, it gave you options, Ni and Ti. Ni, of course, being nickel, Ti, of course, being titanium. Power mode for standard wattage, that's Kenthal. And before the update, you were able to do temperature control on the basic iPV-4, but the update provided those alloy options, those metal coil building material options such as the Ni, the Ti, and of course it's always had the wattage for the Kenthal. But prior to the update, the IPv4 could only be handled in joules mode, and you could switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius, and it was just temperature only. You did not have the luxury of having those two added menu items in the temperature control mode control set of Ti and Ni. So you didn't have that. So that's a nice thing that Pioneer for You added with their most up-to-date and recent update for the IPv4. As you saw, I did state in there, again, it is dual 18650. Flat tops will not support dimple top batteries. As you saw, I did show you, per the play-by-play, the power charging port here, where you can actually internally recharge these two 18650s. As you saw on the image, not recommended. I volunteer some time at a local vape shop, especially on the weekends for their coil building classes. I assist in the coil builds, and I also hang out with some, vape-related things around town, either being comps or just hangouts. And then the materials and items that I've seen alone on, such as YouTube, the internet, word to mouth via, my G+, groups that are out there, the Facebook groups that are out there, regular forums that are out there. Internal charging solution is not a highly recommended or sought after option for your battery solution. An external solution is always highly recommended. It's the most safest, it's the most controlled way to recharge your 18650 batteries to be used inside your regulated mod. Any regulated mod, just not the IPv4, goes to anything and everything. External solution is always the safest, and it's always the best. But another thing is with the IPv4S that is currently being sold on the market, IPv4, you have a hard time finding them inside vape shops. They're kind of being phased out, especially the one that I kind of volunteer my services to. Phased them out. They got the IPv4S's that are different. On the S's, the charge port's gone. But be cautious. They didn't remove all the innards that would make up an internal charging solution. The top board is still on top of the 18650 battery housing well. The circuitry is still there. They just did a snip with the wires, pulled the charge port out, and covered it up with a very hardened plastic plug. It's just basically a cork on a wine bottle is what they did with that. So be careful with that. If you have this particular model, I would highly recommend, as I do sometimes, especially if I'm dripping on, say, a low deck RDA that wouldn't hold the juice very well, I'll take the protector sleeve, thing off side, and I'll actually take a small piece of black electrical tape, and I will cover for the moment, cover that hole so that juice doesn't get on in there, because there's nothing from preventing juice, once it's in the hole, going into the charge port, seeping down on top of the recharge circuitry, which inadvertently will drop down to the battery and also drop down to this thing's main board, its motherboard, if you will. So be very careful on that. I do think it's a flaw from Pioneer, so be very cautious when using an IPv4 basic like this one. Either cover that, and definitely don't use the internal charging solution. Always use an external. It's the best and safest. But as you saw, it handles a gamut of devices that I showed you in the play-by-play. Showed you that it's dual 18650, showed you the charging port, showed you the ventilation ports. These holes right here, in case you have a vented battery, it will go down, not out and on you, which is the safest and is the best. Showed you the micro USB update port. That is not a charge port, so don't think, oh, we're going to recharge down here. No, recharge here, but not highly recommended. This is primarily just hooking it up to a computer, downloading the update, installing the update, and a couple minutes later you're to whatever latest and greatest version of the IPv4 Pioneer so chooses to sell and is on the shelves. Other than that, stylish, rugged, good display screen. I gave you a couple shots in the play-by-play of what the display screen is all about. Of course, up and down right here, up the wattage, down the wattage, up temperature, down temperature. Fire/menu button, 5 clicks to on, 5 clicks to off. You can also access the menu with a quick 3-click and actually go for system off inside the menu. You can go for power mode inside the menu, joules mode, and then once in joules mode, it has a subcategory of either Celsius, Fahrenheit, NI, or TI. And once you choose those, the device has been updated to the point where it has the brains to know, oh, he wants titanium. Then you can go into Fahrenheit and Celsius within that sub-menu and have better control over the alloys that you've used to build coils, or the store-bought coils, better to use them. So all in all, real nice, real rugged, real heavy in the hand, makes you feel like you got something, and I prefer that with a mod. I don't like overly plasticized mods. A lot of heavy plastic, real rinky-dinky, feels flimsy. I don't really like a whole lot of that. I like solid construction, metal, in my hand, weighted to let me know I got something going on here. But it vapes wonderfully. This thing has not let me down with any of the devices that I have, be it sub-tanks, RTAs, RDAs, anything and everything I've thrown at it. It's handled it, even prior to the update. So yes, something that could only go 100 watts basically covered me for the time being on anything and everything that I could throw at it within my buildability, within, choosing store-bought material, whatever. But the update to 120 definitely made it nice, especially when I got into triple twisted coil builds and started building on things like my Buddha V1, which is a 30 millimeter RDA, and I started getting into real lower 0.2, upper 0.1 ohm builds, especially, 10, 12, 13 wraps, especially, when you really have to muster that power in there. After the update, the Buddha with that big, gigantic, titanic build got powered up a little bit better and a little bit quicker than just having your stock 100 watts. So if you have this particular device, or you're going into the vape shop and you're going to buy it, I highly recommend that you update it as soon as you get it out of the box. Go to Pioneer for You. They have a support section in the upper right-hand corner. You'll look for updates. You'll click on IPv4. It'll tell you, do you want to update it to the IPv4? Yes. You're going to download the install software and the update and the Windows driver. And then and it has a very nice document that explains on how to do it proper. And within 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes tops, you'll have yourself, if you so choose to buy the basic, you'll have yourself your own unique version of the IPv4S, which is the latest and greatest IPv4 that is currently on the vape shop shelves. But just vape's real. Just vapes real nice, real steady, does not pulse fire. And if you're going to do builds like RTAs, and K-Funds and RDAs and stuff like that, on this device you can build down to 0.09 ohms and you can build up to 4.2 ohms. So that's a real nice. You have a real nice broad spread spectrum of buildability, safe ohms from 0.09 to 4.2 ohms. So anything and everything in between is fair game. And it's real nice that you have that big of a threshold. Some regulated box mods don't have that type of a big threshold. They're very, 0.1 or 0.2 to 1 ohm or 1.5. So it's real nice that they give you that wide spectrum of buildability, safety as far as ohmage right on in there. Just vapes real nice. Fire's real nice. Again, no pulse fire, no to it at all. Just pure fire. And right now I'm vaping on my Mutation V2 with a dual twisted coil build. It's at 0.26, and I'm vaping it at a comfortable, cool 50 watts. And as you can see, it's handling each and every puff like a champion. And the big question would be to most product reviewers throughout YouTube, if, say, I didn't own this and I did a review on it and had to mail it back to the manufacturer, and would this be something on my own with my own money, which I did, but theoretics will do a whimsical fantasy scenario here, is with my own money, would I go into a shop and buy this? Yes. I don't believe that you always have to have high watt box mods in order to have a good vaping experience. I'm kind of old school. I've been doing this a year. That I believe that 100 watts out of the box and down to 7 watts, between 7 and 100 watts, you can still have yourself a very favorable, pleasurable vaping experience. The update to 120 helps and gives you a little bit of a more wider spectrum within your buildability, as far as more beefy builds that call for more power, for less ramp up, especially with that triple twist that I did. The update really helped. But, this will handle, within reason, each and everything you throw at it. You'll have a pleasurable vape experience. Not a whole lot of money. Back in the day when this was on the store shelves at my vape shop, I bought it for $109.99 out the door. They did have a Black Friday blowout on these for $20 each, and I was kicking myself in the bootay, going, I should have waited, but what do you know? You buy it today, next week you find it for cheaper, and you kick yourself in the ass, and you go, oh well. So live and learn. But yes, I would buy this. This isn't elite gear or high-end gear. The IPV-4, I've been told by others and I've read online, is like an intermediate, like a middle stage vape device. It really isn't considered elite. It isn't considered advanced. It's kind of mid-range, mid-tier vape gear, and that's okay. You don't need the latest and greatest, and you don't need 250 watts, 300 watts, 200 watts. You don't need that. 120 with the update will do you just fine. So on that note, I think I'll start vaping you on out of here, at least thinking about wrapping this bad boy up. But I hope this video has been educational. I'm going to do a little bit more dripping right here. I'm currently vaping the NYC Vice Vapors out of New York. And this is a flavor called Smooth Green Apple. And it's at 3 Nic, and it is an 80 VG20 PG juice. Don't think I'll do a product, it's great juice, but I'm not real over the moon about it, so don't expect a product review about NYC Vice Smooth Green Apple Vape. Okay, don't expect one of those. But, give you a little hint to what's coming on the horizon as far as the Vapor's Den. We are thinking about doing, and this will probably be my next video within this next, couple weeks to a month. You'll have to wait for it, but I guarantee you it will be worth the wait. I'm thinking about the next video that I'm going to do. I'm going to do a conversation product review on the Fuchai 200. Sigelli series regulated box mod, tops out at 200. Temperature control, everything. This is beast. So, nice big wide screen, but I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to give too much of a glimpse on there. But yes, the Fuchai 200 will be the next product review / product conversation video that I do. That's next on the hot docket. But I very much appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to another edition of the Vapor's Den. Again, IPV-4 updated to a virtual IPV-4S that still has the IPV-4 basic housing. The only thing it shares with the S is software. So take that into consideration when you do it. You're walking around, I got an IPV-4S, I got an IPV-4S. You have IPV-4S software, but you got an IPV-4 basic in your hand. So just take that into consideration when you walk around going, I got the S, and somebody looking at that going, you got the 4 basic, dude. Just deal with it. I got put in my place. So humbly and respectably. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this bad boy up for you. I rambled on enough about the IPV4. I hope you enjoyed the play-by-play. Hope you learned something. Hope this might make you want to either jump on eBay, Amazon, go to your vape shop, and maybe luckily find it on the shelf. Hopefully they're having it at a blowout price. But other than that, would I highly recommend it? Yes. Will it handle just about everything you got on your shelf right now? Yes. Is it reliable? Yes. Is it rugged? Yes. Is it, handsome and stylish? I think so. I'll let you be the judge of that once you get it in your hand. But thank you for tuning in. Again, my name's Aaron. Thank you for watching another edition of the Vapor's Den. Next product review video on the hot docket, the Fuchai 200, coming at you at a video near you. So on that note, I'll vape you on out of here. Hope each and every one of you having a wonderful day or night, whenever you choose to watch. And take good care of yourselves and maintain calm and maintain the vape and vape well and vape on. Bye-bye.